welcome to my Real Men segment, the first of the 2014 season. As you can see, Zoe is going to be helping me out with my segment every week. She's got her cute little Bears jersey on. She was in the photo shoot this weekend as well, so you'll see some fun pictures of her. She's always going to be helping us on the show. So for the Real Men, I did it a little bit different this season. Or this week, for that matter. I'm giving you 2 picks, and then I'm giving you 1 player to sit and don't play. And of course, I'm giving you the reasons why behind that. So let me start with the picks for this week. My first pick is tight end Scott Chandler, and he is a 4 on the ball scale because I doubt that any of you really drafted him in your draft this year. He's a 4 because he's a guy that you could pick up on the waiver wire if you don't have a strong tight end, and he should produce some good numbers this week. He was targeted a lot in the preseason. Unfortunately, E.J. Manuel is the quarterback, so all those passes didn't get caught, but he was definitely targeted quite a bit in that offense. He went 4 for 40 in the second preseason game and 3 for 40 in the third preseason game. So he did get some catches, but I was definitely looking at how much he was targeted. Another reason is they play my beloved Bears, who are having problems in the middle of the field. If you've watched our show, we've said it over and over and over. Our linebackers and our safeties have not proven that they can get it done this year yet. So that opens up that whole middle of the field, which your tight ends typically work a lot. And if the Bears do have a pass rush, which we're hoping because we did fix our defensive line, that means E.J. Manuel is going to have to get the ball out quickly. It's going to be a lot of short passes in the middle of the field is how I see them moving the ball. Also, the Bills need to get their offense going. They're 25th in the preseason. They couldn't put points on the board. Their defense is pretty good, but Chicago is going to get some points on the board. That offense is going to get rolling in Chicago. So the Bills are going to probably be playing a little bit of catch-up and needing to throw the ball more. They're definitely going to need to score. And they don't have a lot of elite receivers as well. Sammy Watkins should be playing, but he was out for a lot of the preseason, so he didn't get much time. He is a rookie. I just think Scott Chandler is a great pick for this particular week. Again, it's a ballsy one, but he might produce some good points for you at tight end. Let me move it on. My second one is wide receiver Calvin Johnson, Megatron. I feel like I always talk about him the first week of the season. Maybe I do. But he is a 1 on the ball scale. He's a guy that is never going to be on your bench unless he's not playing. He's had 4 seasons in a row with over 70 receptions and over 1,000 yards. I'll take that any day. He's had double-digit touchdowns in 3 of the last 4 seasons, and they're playing the Giants this week. Now, the Giants' D wasn't that bad against receivers last year, but this is Megatron we're talking about. And what I envision is the Giants' defense getting a little tired in this game because I don't think the Giants' offense is going to produce very much. They were absolutely horrendous in preseason. They looked terrible. Eli Manning didn't look like his timing. I think he completed maybe 1 or 2 passes in all the preseason games, and they had an extra preseason game for that matter. So their offense doesn't seem to be clicking, which means they won't stay on the field, and their defense is going to eventually get tired. And it's hard enough to guard Megatron or cover him, for that matter, when you have full energy. When you're getting tired in the game, I'd say forget it. So I think he's going to beast out. They're also playing Monday Night Football, and it's at home for the Lions. What better place for Megatron to beast out than week 1 when he's healthy and playing at home on the big Monday Night Football stage. Now I'm going to give you my don't start. Me and Greg are going to trade off with these this season a little bit. But this is a person that is not going to produce for you, so don't make the mistake and put him in your lineup. My don't start for this week is running back Lamar Miller. Now, a lot of people might throw him in and start him because he is the starter on their depth chart, but there's a reason that they went out and got Sean Moreno. Even though Lamar Miller's the starter, they're not convinced he's the guy for them. So they went out in free agency and got Sean. He only had a 3.4 yard per carry average in the preseason. That's nothing to really talk about. Their O-line was horrible last season. They do have a new group there. But, you know, again, I'm not going to trust it on the first game out. These offensive linemen haven't worked together very long because they did replace some people and they were just atrocious, and you need an offensive line to be able to make holes for the running back, of course. Miller is supposed to be their first and second down back, but it's looking like Noshawn's going to get the ball on the third downs and for passing downs. So if you're in a PPR, that kind of leaves Lamar Miller out there probably not catching many passes for you. And it's a divisional game, which these can be fantasy nightmares sometimes, as we talk about. It's against New England. New England is going to put up points. That's never a problem for them. So again, you know, Miami could be playing from behind a little bit, and Lamar Miller is not going to be the guy out there catching a lot of those balls. So he's a guy that I'd say if you have him, keep him on your bench. You really need to see what's going on with that backfield during the first 2-3 weeks of the season to even see if you could put him in a flex position, but I would not chance it this week. So that wraps up my Real Man for the week, and we're going to give it on to Greg, and he's going to do his beast mode.